Shalom, brothers and sisters. Greetings in the name of the Most High Power. Today I want to talk to my brothers and my sisters from the four corners of the earth, and all the believers in the Bible, or all the believers in the Most High Power. This is where we are today. So I want to talk about the context of Judge and the Bible and the Israelites and their scrolls and the laws that was given to them. All right? Yeah, man, bless. I see an empress the other day that I know. She about 22 years old. Beautiful little girl. She don't need no makeup. She don't need nothing. Naturally beautiful little girl. I'm not saying that she's beautiful just so she can feel good about herself. She's fair unto the eyes of man. And I saw the girl beating her head. She tapping her head, as if her hair was scratching, was itching her or something. She looked like she was under great distress. So I went over there to her. She's a friend of mine. So I went over to her and I said, my sister, why do you wear them fake hair? I said, don't you know you're beautiful and the hair that the Most High give you, it's natural and that's what you should wear. And she said she know all of that. So I said, do you know that these hair that you're buying, it comes from off somebody? She says, yes. I said, do you know that they actually, it's a sacrifice they do to their gods most of the time when they cut their hair off? She said, yeah. So I said, but why would you want to wear someone else's hair on your head? And she said, well, she know all of that, and it's not like she don't like her own hair. So I said, well, did you know that as an Israelite, you're not supposed to eat or wear anything that is sacrificed to any other gods than the true God of Israel? And then there was a pastor wife sitting there, and she turned to me and she said, thou shalt not judge, and you will be judged. And I said to her, I said, my sister, for someone who know the Bible well, you should definitely know that in Israel, past Israel, when they spoke about judge, you know exactly what it meant, that you'll be brought before a council for your crime. You'll be tried, and then based on your judgment, that's where your faith lies. It's not just someone saying to you, don't judge me. And when you look at it today, I think this have a lot to do with where we are today. Because I grew up in a time when them say, you take a whole village to raise a child. I was brought up in a time where my mother's best friends could give me a butt whooping if they saw me displaying certain type of behavior and my mother was at work. They could actually whoop your butt and then tell your mother, and when your mother come home, you get your butt whooped also. When people see little children in the community doing bad things, stealing or doing certain things which people know that can cause them to go to prison, people will sit them down and talk to them and tell them, listen, you need to take a different direction in what you're doing. Seem like if I see my brother about to sell drugs, like I said, brother, don't go down that road. So same if I see my sister becoming a prostitute, I can tell her, sister, you don't want to go down that road. Because I know stories of what happened to people who went down that road. But today, we're at this point where people are saying, don't judge me. And I always tell them, listen to the word judge. Because even in our society, if you break certain laws, you go to the court system. When you go to the court system, you're going to deal with the jury and you're going to deal with the court, with the judge. After everything is done and passed on and give it to the judge, then the judge pass on your judgment. Whether you pay a fine, you do the time, or you're set free. But the judge is the one who would decide what happened to you. This is the same way the word judge and the whole judiciary system was used in Israel. Is saying to your brother, your sister, what you're doing something wrong. That's not judge. And this is what the world pass on today as judge. And it's so sad because everybody who use the term saying don't judge me is speaking from a biblical perspective. Because it's in the scripture where the most when I think Christ said, judge not or you will be judged. But people don't understand what this scripture means when it said judge not or you will be judged. It simply means that if you're breaking the laws of the Most High God and you see somebody breaking the same laws that you're breaking, you can't judge the person because you're breaking the law too and you will be judged. But if you are not a partaker of such a sin or a crime, then of course you can tell the person. It's just like in a community sometime in Jamaica, a person might try to rob an old person, grab somebody's purse, and the whole community start beating him. Most of those people who are beating this thief, them themselves are thieves, and sinners, So that's what Christ was saying to these Pharisees and these priests during the time of Jerusalem, who were walking around looking to see people breaking laws so they can cast judgment on them. That's why Christ made statements like these. Judge not or you will be judged. And there's scriptures in the Bible which tell the Israelites to rightfully judge people. But today, we're not judging nobody. I am not judging no one. I'm not doing no bodily harm. I'm not locking anybody up or taking anything from anyone or forcing anybody to do anything based on some law of God that they broke. No. I'm just talking to our brother and talking to our sister. And I said today, that is a part of the reason why the earth is the way it is today. Because people are afraid to step up to their brother. It's a right way and a wrong way of doing everything. You can't approach people negatively on something that they're doing. Most of the times it causes them to go in defensive mode. So you just want to find a humble way of speaking to them with respect. And sometimes if you see it's not working or it's causing problem, then you leave the person alone. But it's our responsibility as brothers. The Most High said, you are your brothers and your sisters' keeper. What does that mean? How can I know that my brother is going to get in trouble with the law or get in trouble with God, the Creator, for his action and don't say nothing to them? Just sit and say, oh, I'm not judging nobody, so I'm not. That's not it. And that's why I tell people today, read the scripture for yourself and understand. Because as I said, when them caught Christ, when them saw Christ eating corn, they wanted to kill Christ, When Christ healed that crippled man and gave him his mat, and that man was walking around, they wanted to do harm to that crippled man, That was the judgment, just like Mary Magdalene when they brought her to Christ and said, here's a prostitute and we should stone her. That's the judgment of Israel at the time. When you'd break certain law, these priests and these guys will come for you. Bring you to the council. That's what judge is. Judge is not judge is a physical action where you actually do something to somebody. Like back in the time in Israel, like if you you borrow money from somebody, you couldn't pay them back, then the court system would actually take one of your child, son or daughter, to work for that person until the debt is paid off. Or if you don't have any children, then you would have to work until that debt is paid off. And these things are judgment. That's a judgment that is passed. So like we said, we have to Go back to the part where we are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. Keep the thing balanced with respect and love. As we say, it's a rightful way and a wrong way of doing things. Condemning people and telling them, fire burn for you. No, we can't do that. Because if many of us died today and we were supposed to be judged by God, many of us would even make it into the resting place. So we can't go around and condemn people. I just think we should righteously speak to our brothers and speak to our sisters. And just tell them. Because some of them, today, the amount of support where them have from negative people just say, yeah man, do your thing as long as you're happy. They don't have anyone who sit them down spiritually and try to explain to them, my brother, my sister, you know that there is a Most High power and Him set some laws that we have to follow. My sister, my brother, I see you going down the wrong path and I just want to show you, what I'm saying, out of love. That's the way we're supposed to deal with each other. But we can't condemn people, because when we condemn people and things that they do, it only causes some people to hide what they're doing, but it doesn't make them change. You just hide it to not get ridiculed. Like when I'm growing up in Jamaica, and they used to sing all these songs going against, a lot of stuff that people were doing. And, that was the thing of the dance hall, where they would just sing songs about who, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. People were afraid to do certain things because they didn't want to be ridiculed. And that was because of that thing, the stigma that was going on with it, and that condemnation which comes with certain things. But as brother and sister, we speak to our brother and we speak to our sisters. And we just let them know the truth, that we have to walk righteously. And then again, if them don't receive it, at least you show them. You told them. They can never say, I've never heard this before. You see, just plant a seed. But we have to start talking to our brothers and talking to our sisters and get back in touch with the Most High power. Because a big part of the problem today is because most people don't believe in the Father. Most people don't believe in the Creator. Some people who say them read them Bible and them believe in a Christ, a lot of them really don't believe in the Creator. Trust me. They really don't believe in the Creator. And we just destroy ourselves today by standing by and watching our brothers and our sisters them just going astray. And let me speak to my brothers and my sisters today. When people come and try to correct you, it's not hate. It's not hate. Because if I know that you're going to do something and you're going to get judged for it, if I hate you, I won't say nothing to you. I will leave you to face judgment. But it's because of the love why we come and just try to tell you guys. So listen, be careful of the direction that you're heading. Because generations before us had made the same mistake, and the Most High power had to judge them. So be careful. And sometimes these little discussions can just open up that person to wanting to rethink what they were doing. And that could be the moment for them, that breaking point to righteousness. So I just said we should just approach each other in love. Balance. Children of Adam. One love to the four corners of the earth. Correction is correction. Judgment is judgment. Judgment is of the Most High God. Correction is of brothers and sisters. One love to all nations.